to another quick riff by the Anodized Chef. I'm your host, Steve Anderson, and today we're going to talk for a couple of minutes about cutting boards. We have three different kinds of cutting boards here in front of us. One of them should be in every household, I'm guessing. So we're going to go through them. We have a standard wooden cutting board, we have a bamboo cutting board, and we have a plastic cutting board. And each one of these has its own properties and its own safety precautions that we want to make sure we're covering. All of them are important to prepare for cutting food on, and we want to make sure that the cutting surface is actually safe before we do that. So this is a very important one, so pay attention. We're going to start with the mineral oil. Part of treating our wooden cutting boards, you don't need mineral oil for the plastic one, but part of treating our wooden ones is with mineral oil, and you can get this in any kitchen store, kitchens, some of the bigger name ones and things like that. They sell mineral oil there, and it's important that you treat these the right way. And the reason why you want to treat them the right way is because they start to split if they don't have mineral oil. And this is an example of one that's not treated with mineral oil, and you can actually start to see some of the grooves in there, the actual separation of that. And what happens is the water gets in there and it doesn't dry out in enough time, and it starts to actually crack the wood from the inside out. So it's important. Standard directions are on the mineral oil, but just to give you an idea, when you first get the cutting board, you want to wash it with a mild soap. Standard dish soap is fine, and what you want to do is just give it a good cleaning, and then just put a couple of drops of this on a towel and wipe it down and let it air dry. Best way to let these dry and best way to store these, you want to wash them with a mild soap, and I'll show you how to disinfect them. You want to disinfect them on a regular basis, but also store them vertically wherever possible to let them completely dry out, and don't stack them when they're wet. So in other words, if you wash them and you put them in your dish strainer, let them dry before you put them into your cabinet laying down flat, because if one's sitting on top of the other, you get that little bit of moisture in there, you're going to run into problems. That moisture gives a good opportunity for bacteria to kind of fester and grow, and we want to avoid that at all times. So all right, so I'm going to give you an example over by the sink here. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of our cutting boards, and I'm going to show you a good technique, a good trick as to what you're going to want to do to keep the to sanitize them, and you're going to be pretty surprised. First of all, you want to start with a clean, disinfected sponge, and that's one of those things that you want to be careful of because sponges harbor so much. Another good trick with sponges is pop them in the microwave for 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and all the bacteria inside of them will cook away. So side note. But as far as your sponge goes, like I said, a mild dish soap, and give that cutting board a wash. And that's really all you have to do. And don't forget to do both sides. And then you rinse the soap off. But here's where the trick comes in. Take standard white vinegar. Now I know what you're thinking, oh man, my whole cutting board is going to taste like vinegar when I'm done. But this vinegar will disinfect the board. And all you need is probably maybe 1/8 of a cup. And rub it in with your hands and make sure you just kind of go over all the little nooks and crannies. And that what's going to happen now is that vinegar is going to get in there and it's going to kill all of the bacteria that's in there. You won't have to worry. And then as long as you give it a good rinse, you won't even taste that vinegar. You're thinking, oh man, everything's going to taste like salad. That's not true. You rinse it off really, really well. And guess what? You've got a completely 100% sanitized cutting board ready to cook on. So, and that method can be applied to all three cutting boards, the plastic one and the wooden one. And again, just don't forget to treat it with the mineral oil. But it's very, very important how you handle this, because you think about it, you don't want to go cutting raw chicken and then go build a salad on the same cutting board. I mean, a lot of that, some of that's common sense, but a lot of it's just a dangerous environment that you're working in here. So you want to make sure you're safe at all times. And hopefully this trick will help you keep your cutting boards completely safe, and everything off of it is edible. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.